What's up guys, my name is Nick and welcome back to the channel. So last night was the season 3 finale of the HBO original series Barry, and it was fucking insane. I've been waiting for so long to make a dedicated video to Barry, so here I am finally doing it, and what better time to do it than after that insane balls to the wall, mind-boggling, blowing, fuck me crazy season 3 finale. So we all know that there are tons of video essays out there about Barry, about why Barry deserves the hype or why it's the best show on television, but none of those videos are really good at explaining. To put it simply, Barry is about a depressed, low-rent hitman from the Midwest who falls in love with acting while in LA on a job, and it stars Bill Hader, Sarah Goldberg, Henry Winkler, Stephen Root, and of course, because you can't forget Anthony Kerrigan as NoHo Hank. Okay, so we're all clear on what the show is about and who are the performers in it, so let's just jump right into it. The performances in this show are hands down some of the best in television, hell, maybe even film right now. Yes, of course, we all know that Bill Hader is fantastic, no one is denying that at all.
We are not saying the same thing! We are not saying the same thing! If I don't do this, I don't live! I have to do this to fucking live! Don't fucking laugh at me! My whole life! My whole fucking life!
Barry?
I need you to do this for me now! Now!
But the supporting cast is really the trick up Barry's sleeve. Now, be completely honest, in most shows or films nowadays that we watch, we often tend to gravitate towards a certain character over others, and that's perfectly natural. But in the case of Barry, every single supporting character is just as, if not more interesting than Barry himself. Whether you're talking about Anthony Kerrigan, who brings a fresh sense of relief into each scene he's in.
All right, I'll send you a list of things I'm gonna need if we're gonna do this, all right? And we gotta go out someplace far, like the desert or something. What are you doing?
50-50.
Hank.
With Cristobal.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Come on, get on.
We can't talk to each other on the phone.
Cristobal.
People are looking at us.
50-50 with the Cristobal.
Hank.
Because Barry's training
Hank.
me an RV.
Stop.
While Stephen Root plays an offbeat, almost comic booky sidekick that in one moment has us cheering for him and the next wanting him 6 feet under.
Stovka, let me tell you something. You get on the 10 freeway, it's the Christopher Columbus Transcontinental Highway. You can just drive and become whoever you want to be. This is the country that invented Superman. And the women. Oh my God, the women here, Stovka, they will love that accent of yours. If I know a couple of gals in Cleveland who would love. How old a guy are you, Stovka?
45.
Jesus Christ. Oh, okay.
And of course I'd be completely incompetent and not doing my job well at all if I didn't mention Henry Winkler's show-stopping intensity that he brings to every scene.
I told that casting director our story, and he was so moved that he gave us both parts. So you're going to enjoy everything that comes with being given a second chance. Because if you don't, this one and that one go away. Do you understand? I love you, Mr. Kuzma. Do you love me? Can you say it? I love you, Barry.
But what Sarah Goldberg in particular, who plays Sally, brings to her character is exactly why she's my favorite, more so than Barry or NoHo Hank or Fuchs or any other character in the show.
So you have your own show?
Yeah.
What's it about?
I play a single mom. I have a cupcake store with my daughter in Central Park.
What's it called?
just desserts.
So you stole my show.
No, it's actually a really important story to me.
It's not a story. It's a fucking math equation.
I'm actually feeling really uncomfortable right now.
You have nothing to say about anything. You've never struggled a day in your whole fucking life. Nobody's ever put a hand around your fucking neck. This was my story. My story. You don't even have a fucking daughter.
Neither do you, Sally.
Oh, you are nothing without me. You are nothing. Nobody. Stupid piece of shit. I brought you into the fold, and this is how you fucking betrayed me.
Moved your carrots for you.
You entitled cunt! You entitled fucking cunt! You entitled fucking cunt! Ah! You entitled fucking cunt!
I mean, if you just watch Sarah's eyes, when she's on screen, she's very clearly telling a story with just using her eyes, whether she's in acting class performing a monologue.
Creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time.
Not a girl.
And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Or literally on her hands and knees at the lowest moment in her life.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I did this. Hey, listen. I did this. Okay? I did this. Who did this?
I did this.
No, I did this. I did this. Look at me. Look at me. I did this. Say, Barry did this. Barry did this.
Barry did this.
Say it again.
Barry did this.
Barry did this.
Barry did this.
Say it again.
Barry did this.
That's it.
Sarah just always goes the extra mile in her performance when she's playing Sally, and you can really feel that on screen. The show is co-written by Bill Hader and Alec Berg, and this honestly might be the single best part about this show. Much like Amazon Prime's The Boys, the writers on Barry never ever take the easy way out. And as a viewer, that is very, very exciting, because as the show goes on, it feels like everything is starting to spiral out of control, and the further we get into the series, the further down the rabbit hole we go, that chaos only increases. Bill Hader and Alec Berg are constantly one-upping themselves in terms of the stakes and the choices our characters make, especially when it comes to Barry's morality in the most recent season. They take a guy that on the surface level is a piece of shit that everyone should really hate, but instead the writers make us care about this guy that is literally killing people for money. And even as the body count continues to pile up, he's killing people that we as people know that he shouldn't be killing, that these are really good people that actually care about him, and he's killing them because he essentially feels like he has to. We still want what's best for Barry, and if that's not good writing, I don't know what the fuck is. Much like the writing, the direction of Barry never ever takes the easy way out, and that's probably because the show is directed by the same people who wrote it. Now, there's nothing crazy going on when it comes to the cinematography, the blocking, none of that really. Rather, it's just the subtle movements behind the camera that really gives the show its signature. Whether it's a subtle push-in on a scene between two characters as the argument reaches its climax, or long one-take sequences, also known as oneers, that just really intensifies the scene. And Hader and Berg know how to amp up that tension in a scene both in front and behind of the camera, and that is so impressive. Shows like Euphoria feed off of the artsy cinematography and camera movements to help build the atmosphere of the show, but Barry's subtle nature to building tension and suspense with little effort from the camera at all is a masterclass in the art of less is more. Now, it shouldn't be a surprise that the editing of this show is impeccable, considering Bill Hader came from the post-production world. There is rarely a transition in this show that feels jarring, and if there is one, it's intentionally there for effect. Barry is able to juggle many different genres at once in a short 30-minute time frame, and yes, that's attributed to the fantastic writing, but the editing is where all of this starts to fall into place. Much like the direction, the editing behind Barry understands that it doesn't need to be flashy in order to be effective. If the show wasn't cut the way it was, then many of the jokes wouldn't land, and a lot of the dramatic moments would suffer as well. It's in those lingering, intimate moments we get with our characters that really lets us as an audience feel and get to know our characters on a more personal level. And to go along with that, the editors absolutely refuse to cut away in a tense moment, so we're left to just sit there and marinate, almost like we're in Get Out going into the sunken place. We just cannot move from this shot, and I love it. It builds tension so well, and especially when those scenes go out for as long as they do, like sometimes just for an uncomfortable amount of time, it's very effective. The editing isn't euphoria, flashy, or anything innovative for that matter, but Barry makes it very crystal clear that it doesn't need to be in order to tell a good story. And that's why I think you should watch Barry. All 3 seasons are available on HBO Max, and yes, there is going to be a season 4, so do not worry after that insane season 3 cliffhanger. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I had a blast making it. Please feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below about the show, but please try to keep them spoiler free, especially about last night's episode, because if you are a new viewer wanting to watch the show, you do not want that spoiled for you whatsoever, trust me. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much once again for watching and clicking on my face. It means the world to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.